Hey everybody, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're listening in from. Welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast live stream. Sam Brunt, good morning from Sydney, Australia. Sam, I have yet to visit Australia. It's on my list. Welcome in. Crypto Pijo King, thank you. Appreciate that. 100 Air, good morning. Welcome in, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on the way in. It's another day. It's another great day in the crypto bull market. Make sure I turn off my phone ringer here. Bitcoin made a pump to 72,000 this morning. We're still in that bull market, guys. It's just me. Hello, Tony, all the way from Scotland. Wow. Scotland is also on my list of places to visit. It's part of why I'm investing in crypto to get financial freedom so I can do more traveling. Obviously, to make a better life for myself and my family. But I want to travel. I want to go visit all these countries I haven't been to. Welcome in. If you're listening on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, YouTube, of course, welcome in, guys. Armando says, good morning. I can say for 2 more minutes, how is your day going today, Tony? Armando, my day is going great. I hope yours is going well. Sounds like you got to hop off soon. Blue Batteries, good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're going to give a couple more minutes for folks to jump onto the stream. We're streaming across the board today. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, Instagram, Kick, of course. Santiago, good morning from Miami. Santiago, I wouldn't mind being in Miami right now. I love Miami. I'll actually be in Florida. I'm traveling next week for my cousin's wedding, but it will be in Orlando. But I love Miami for sure. Welcome in, guys. Another great day in the crypto bull market. Yes, we are in a bull market. Yes, we are in a uptrend. Yes, we will see volatility, but make no mistake about it, we are in a uptrend. Welcome in, guys. Make sure you smash that like button or hit the heart button wherever you're listening from, whether it be on X or Instagram. It supports the stream. Thank you, guys. Welcome in. We'll give another minute for folks to hop on here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all had a great weekend. It's nice to wake up on a Monday morning to Bitcoin pumping. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hit that thumbs up button on your way in, guys. Or the heart button, wherever you're watching or listening. I think Instagram has the heart button. X has the heart button. Facebook has the thumbs up button. Welcome in. We're going to talk about Bitcoin's price move and some of the crypto news items out there. Eric DM 101 says, start the show at 101 viewers. Well, it looks like we're at 189, actually 190 right now. So we'll jump into it, guys. Welcome in. All right. Let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin this morning pumped to $72,000. It's on the move. And we're going to talk a bit about that price move. Alts are seeing a bit of a lift as well. Ethereum is back over $3,600. BNB at $587, Solana at $181, XRP at 61 cents. Dogecoin still holding that number 8 spot, man, at 20 cents. Cardano at 60 cents. Toncoin, I don't know too much about this. I've heard of it, but it's at $5.99, holding the number 10 spot. So it's made a big move. Avalanche here, AVAX at $49 at number 11. Shiba at number 12. So we're seeing some movement at least, and Bitcoin. I think we're all waiting for Bitcoin to make that next major move upwards, so that the liquidity can flow from Bitcoin to the altcoins and alts can move. So overall, as far as what's trending in the top 50, as far as gains, Bitcoin just up about 2.72%, ETH about 6.65%. So nothing too crazy, guys. But it's just, what is Bitcoin going to do next? So if we look at the Bitcoin chart here, we see a big green candle on the daily chart. Bitcoin, like I said, pumped to 72,000. I've been telling you guys, once it crosses that all-time high set about a few weeks back, which is about near 74,000, I'm going to be extremely bullish. But we're seeing some ascending triangle patterns forming, and it looks like Bitcoin actually broke out of that. The other factor we've been looking at is the DXY. And on the daily chart, it looks like the DXY is breaking downwards here, right? We got some confirmation, but we don't have full confirmation. But like we've been talking about, the correlation, DXY is crashing. It's great for risk assets like Bitcoin and the DX and the altcoins. If the DXY is pumping, not good, right? So it's no surprise Bitcoin's pumping this morning when the DXY is forming a red candle on the daily chart. So it's not 100% correlated, but a high percentage of correlation. So this is great news. And if we look at the macro chart here with the Fibonacci models aligned, you can see Bitcoin still has ways to go, folks. In the last bull market, it went up to the 3.618. If it were to do the same, and that's not guaranteed, remember, there's no certainties here, it would take us near 200,000, which would be incredible. Hell, if it even went between the 2.618 and the 3.618, that would put us about 180 or so. But I'm prepared to start taking profits at 100K, which would be the 1.618. And I have my initial price profit taking at 90K, then 100K, and so on and so forth. But Bitcoin could literally just top out at between 140 to 150,000. I personally think, because there is the law of diminishing returns, right? You don't get the same level of returns every cycle. So we'll have to wait and see, but this is why you ladder out in your profits. The same way you ladder in, or you dollar cost average in, you have to dollar cost average out, because no one can call the exact top. We just don't know what the future holds. So you got to play it smart. Likewise, no one can call the exact bottom. So just be prepared for all scenarios, folks. So here's what some of the analysts are saying. Matthew Hyland, who's a great analyst I've been following for a long time, was showing this bullish ascending triangle yesterday, and showing the RSI and these different metrics were set for Bitcoin to break out. Well, we of course had the breakout this morning, and he says here Bitcoin attempting a breakout. So it has to confirm, right, folks? Even though we're seeing this bullish activity, it could easily crash back down or pull back. So just know this market is very volatile. So this is why I often say we have to let it play out, let it prove itself, let it confirm itself that it's indeed doing this move. And it would be lovely if Bitcoin was to pump to 86 to 90K. Once again, even if you don't hold Bitcoin, you want this to happen, because that liquidity flows down from Bitcoin to the altcoins. Here, Rect Capital, who also does some great chart analysis, said the breakout from the weekly range has been confirmed. So from the weekly, it's looking good as well. So the halving, of course, is coming up, and the halving is right now slated for April 18th. So 9 days, just over 9 days away. And this number will fluctuate because it depends on the mining activity. But we're very close. That's a very strong narrative. So you can start to see mainstream media is going to cover this. And if the price of Bitcoin aligns with that narrative, and it starts moving to 80K, that can awaken a ton of retail, once again, with the mainstream coverage. So be prepared for that. It's not guaranteed. It could happen, or Bitcoin just keeps chopping sideways past the halving, and then maybe towards the end of April, that's when it starts breaking out into May. These are the different scenarios you have to be prepared for, and understand there's not one scenario here that we only want to look at, right? Because it's probabilities. We got to form our different thesis and see which one has the highest probability of playing out. So, but Bitcoin looking great, guys, looking great. And let me see what the chat's saying here. We got Elliot Denmark in here. Welcome in. GT, welcome in. Guys, hit that thumbs up button on the way in. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the heart button, depending on where you're listening. But bullish activity, folks. And it makes it comes as no surprise that Bitcoin is trending here as far as the top social media mentions. This data is brought to you by Santiment. They are a partner of the channel. If you want to get a pro account, you can get a discount using the code ThinkingCrypto or click on the link in the description. So Bitcoin, of course, trending here because of its price action. Ethereum coming in at number 2 with positive sentiment. Solana coming in at number 3 with positive sentiment. And then you have here Nervous Network, CKB. I don't know what that is, but let's see what it is here. I've never heard of that. Let's see. CKB is trending in the crypto space due to discussions about events, target price buying, and potential dumping of the CKB token. Nervous Network, the project behind CKB, is gaining traction. Interesting. First time I'm hearing of it. Must be something new. DYDX, I've heard of this project doing well here at the number 5 with positive sentiment. Then you have Aave on Ethereum coming in at number 6, but its negative sentiment is high. Positive is at 45%, but negative is at 41%. Harvest Farm comes in at 7 with positive sentiment. Tron, I don't know how Tron still exists, but it comes in here at number 8 with positive sentiment. Cosmos Atom coming in here at positive sentiment as well, although its negative sentiment is high. And then finally, number 10, the Lido DAO token, LDO, coming in with positive sentiment as well. So those are the top trending tokens on social media. And once again, these signals and metrics brought to you by Santiment. Now, Ripple CEO predicts crypto market will double in size to 5 trillion by the end of 2024. I would love that. That means higher prices, higher valuations, folks, higher returns. So very bullish statements here from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. So Brad Garlinghouse said he expects the entire value of the crypto market to double this year, citing the arrival of the first US spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund and upcoming so-called Bitcoin halving. He says the overall market cap of the crypto industry is easily predicted to double by the end of the year as it's impacted by all of these macro factors, Garlinghouse said. One of the other factors Garlinghouse sees pushing crypto market to new highs is possibly of positive regulatory momentum in the United States. Look, there's a couple bills in the House. Patrick McHenry is going to try to get it through. So I think Brad might be onto something here. And you know, even if they just get it out of the House, that will be a big win. The market will take that as a positive sign because that's the first hurdle. Second hurdle is the Senate, of course. But if you can get some momentum and get it out of the House, it would be very bullish in the market. And in a bull market, positive news drives the price up, right? In a bear market, it doesn't do that, right? In the negative, the flip reverse, I can't talk today, guys. The negative news in a bear market will drive the price downwards, right? Versus negative news in a bull market will not do that. So if we are able to get even stablecoin regulations through, that will be incredible. And we know that Ripple, they are about to launch a stablecoin. They announced it just last week. So that was big news. And in fact, we got news here that PayPal stablecoin circulation dropped 38% in March. This is according to Paxos, which manages the issuance. Total PayPal USD in circulation amounted to $188.5 million in March, or 39% less than in February 2024. But, you know, this is still a relatively new stablecoin. It still has to get more market penetration because, look, Circle USDC and Tether USDT dominate the market. I mean, look at Tether's number 3, Circle's at number 7. So it's going to be hard to fight against those guys. I think though Ripple has a bigger chance of having a stable coin to compete with Circle's USDC and Tether USDT because of all the central banking finance partnerships, because they've already set up this real these like networks of folks across the globe. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but I think Ripple has a great chance with their stablecoin to be very competitive here. But look, PayPal is an established brand. Like I said, they just started, so we'll have to see how things progress. But there's not going to be one stablecoin to rule the entire market. Things are there's going to be competition, and just as there is in the TradFi markets, competition is healthy. So I think that's what we'll see. Now, Bitcoin ETF snapshot: net inflows slow but continue prior to Bitcoin price rise. So the inflows continue, not as aggressive, of course, as what we saw in March and early February. So net inflows into Bitcoin spot ETF slowed last week, but remained positive before Bitcoin's price shot up to $72,000 Monday morning. Bankrupt lender Genesis finished selling its shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust ETF, a process that appeared to periodically weigh down this segment from a flows perspective. Guys, this is great news. They have finished selling GBTC. So there's going to be less sell pressure here for the market. So this is great news. The 11 fund US Bitcoin fund, the 11 fund US BTC fund segment reeled in $485 million of positive net flows from April 1st to the 5th, according to Farside Investors data. The total, reflecting an average daily net inflow of $97 million, was a slowdown from the average daily inflows of $211 million seen during the week prior, and the $214 million daily average since the ETFs launched on January 11th. So a bit of a slowdown, but guys, we are still in the early innings here. We're now seeing these Wall Street firms starting to list the ETFs. RIAs and wealth managers are getting educated. If I'm not sure how many of you saw the news, but BlackRock selected Goldman Sachs and Citadel Securities last week for their ETF. So here's the news, guys. Goldman Sachs selected as an authorized participant on BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So this news just came out on April 5th, 3 days ago. And the asset management giant also adds UBS Securities, Citigroup Global Markets, and Citadel Securities. So once again, we are still in the early innings of this thing. And there's going to be more capital flowing into the ETFs. And that's bullish. It's bullish news, bullish momentum for the bull market that we are in, folks. Once again, in an uptrend, and we still got ways to go. So all bullish news. We just got to be patient and let it play out. Now, Binance deeply disappointed about the ongoing detention of an executive in Nigeria. As you guys know, the Nigerian government wants like $12 billion from Binance, and they're holding their executive hostage. It's insane. It's like a Dr. Evil. It's like Dr. Evil from Austin. Was it Austin Powers movies? I can't even remember the name. Binance executive Tigran Gambaryan pleaded not guilty to charges of tax evasion and money laundering in Nigeria on Monday, according to a press release from a family spokesperson for the Gambaryans. The Nigerian court ordered Gambaryan to be remanded at the Kuji Correctional Facility. Oh my gosh. In 2022, the Islamic State attacked the facility as part of a jailbreak. Wow. Here's a quote: "I am begging the American government to do anything to get Tigran out, and I'm imploring the Nigerian government to realize that they are holding a completely innocent man. They can still do the right thing and release him whilst they negotiate with the actual decision makers at Binance for a solution to the issues which they are facing." Yuki Gambaryan, his wife, said in a statement. So hopefully they let him go, but they really want that. What is it? $12 billion. It's pretty wild. But Binance, everybody's coming for their pound of flesh from Binance. It's pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens here. But Binance is still around. CZ, I think he's still awaiting his trial. So we'll see where things go. All right, let's look at let's do some questions and answers, guys. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Lawrence Bronson says, "Let's effing go. Enough of this old financial paradigm. Bring on bring on the fintech era for sure. Mark Hope, welcome in. Armando says, I actually asked you last live stream about CKB, but I'm sure you have a million things on your head. Yeah, Armando, I apologize. Blues Batteries, love Tron, made me my first 100K way back in the day. Yeah, Blue Batteries, Tron had a lot of momentum and full transparency in the last bull market. It actually did really well. And I can't deny that, but the challenge is Justin Sun and recent developments don't look so great for Tron. If you guys got questions, drop them in the chat, guys. Let's see here. Bitcoin looks like it's ready to touch 72,000 again. It'd be amazing if it's able to break the all-time high that is set just back in March of near 74,000. That would be incredible. Let's see here. And then alts will pop off. Let's see how that DXY is doing. And the RSI and the DXY is breaking down. So that's a good sign. Red candle on the day, folks. Looking bullish. Looking bullish. All right, guys, drop the questions that you have in the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the star or heart button on the other platforms as well. Tyran Copeland says, everybody getting distracted by some damn eclipse. 5 years from now, the news will be everyone who watched the eclipse will suffer from cataracts and brain issues. Follow the herd mentality. Yeah, look, I mean, eclipse happened. The last one was in 2017 when Trump was president. So it is what it is. Not like it's something that happens once in 100 years. They happen like every so often. If you want to learn about science about it and you want to experience it for the first time, sure. But yeah, I've experienced it before, so it is what it is. David O'Brien says, hey, Tony, have you been earning any interest staking in Cryptonomy? I had done some staking with them, but I haven't really done much recently. I pulled off my funds because we're in a bull market. I'm looking to, exit the market at certain price points. So I haven't done anything there. Paul Kilman says, what about Arrow and Velo? So Arrow, let's see. I've heard about Velo. It was trending a lot recently, but Arrow, what is that? Is it Aerodome Finance or Aerovec Aviation? I don't know which one it is. They both have the same ticker symbol, so you let me know about that. But let's see, Velo. Velo's been trending actually pretty well and doing pretty well, it seems like. Ooh, down from all-time highs. A lot of these coins have not retraced yet, guys, and that's the tricky part. But it is bouncing off the lows, but extremely down from its all-time highs. Interesting. It has a high total supply. What is it, 23 billion? That's actually not bad. Max supply, 30 billion. Let's see what this coin is about. Come on, load here, coin market cap. Velo Labs is building a unique federated credit exchange network. This network is powered by the Velo protocol, which is a blockchain financial protocol enabling digital credit issuance and borderless asset transfers for businesses using a smart contract system. Interesting. Let's take a look at some altcoins on the charts, guys. Let's see what's going on with ETH. Let's see here. If TradingView would load. Come on, TradingView. I'm expecting a 9 to 10K Ethereum this cycle, but not guaranteed. Not guaranteed. I got to make sure I say that because people don't understand we're talking probabilities here. But ETH, obviously, off its lows in that retracement move, has not touched its old all-time high as yet. So, as you can see, we still got ways to go in this bull market. But if it goes to, let's say, the 2.618 on the Fibonacci, that puts you at 11,000. If it's able to go somewhere in the middle of the 2.618 to the 3.618. That puts us near 13, 14K. I would be very happy with just a 10 or 11K ETH. I think it's possible, especially if an Ethereum spot ETF gets approved. Armando says, your opinion on Render, Tony. I got in with $3. I'm sorry to ask you, maybe I'm still new to crypto. Armando, so I hold Render. I bought the dips on Render as well. So I bought in low. I bought in December 2022 into January 2023, buying the bottom, of course. I'm bullish on Render. I'm bullish on Fetch. So as you guys may know, Render and Fetch were my two AI picks, and they are up significantly. So look at that, guys. Look at that chart. So it's up. I'm in really great returns here. All-time returns here. What is it? Over the past year is 685%. That's incredible. David O'Brien says, I've been earning very nice returns on my XRP on their flexible things. Really enjoyed the Steven Nario video. Oh, awesome. Great to hear that. Kia Razola 2022 says, altcoin season may be a few weeks away. John Carm says, more important, when is Floki going to stop holding me a hostage? I don't know, man. I'm not messing with meme coins. Okay, so yeah, like I said, guys, ETH still has ways to go, but you can see it's moved off the bottom and starting its retracement move. And this thing, it pumps, consolidates as altcoins, right? So we're waiting for Bitcoin to really keep moving so that liquidity can flow to ETH, can flow to XRP and Cardano and so forth. Let's take a look at the XRP chart where we're at. All right, so XRP still, it's off its bear market bottom lows, right? That's obvious, but nowhere close to retracing to the high it set in the previous bull market. But we know that got stopped out because of the SEC lawsuit, so it didn't get to do its full potential run. But look, if it's even able to get to the 2.618, that puts us just over $4.50. It would be amazing if it's able to get to let's say $5. I think that's possible. The question is, and once again, this is because it got stopped out in the last bull market. We're using the Fibonacci off of the high that was set, but once again, that got slowed down, cooled down because of the lawsuit. It could go higher, but I don't know for a fact. So I'm going to start taking profits, honestly, at like $4 or $5 and then see where it goes from there. Because there's no guarantee it goes to like $10 and so forth. I would love for it to do that. Obviously the old all-time high back in 2018 is around $3.60. So fingers crossed, guys. But you can see XRP hasn't really moved. Same thing with Cardano. Some of these legacy tokens, the meme coins have been the ones that have been moving. That doesn't mean that these coins are not going to move. It's just a matter of time. The liquidity cycles through, it churns through the market. So here, Cardano, all-time high, just about $3. It's off its bear market bottom, but still got ways to go, right, folks? So let's see if it's able to get to the 2.618, that will put it near $7.80. If it's able to get to the middle of 2.618 and 3.618, that puts us near $10. So that would be pretty awesome. We shall have to wait and see. Solana, of course, we know has been pumping. It seems to be the entry point for a lot of liquidity. And well, look, we know the VCs, right? They're pushing this. So as you can see, Solana has bounced off its bear market bottoms. It is close to its all-time highs it's set back in 2021 at near $250. So if it were to go to a 2.618, that would put it near $670. And if it were to go between the 2.618 and the 3.618, that would put it just over $800. Now, no guarantee, folks, but look, Solana, as much as it's been disappointing that it goes down, it's getting adoption, a lot of meme coins, and the liquidity is flowing to it. So I have some Sol tokens, but it's not a long-term hold like some of my other bags. This is more of a short-term. I'm definitely taking profits as this thing heads up into the 500s and the 600s, guys. Because I was buying the bottom, when it was down to $20, $30, and so forth. So Chris Peel says, good evening from Wales, Tony. Welcome in, Chris. Zav Bisden, if I'm saying that right. Hey, Tony, do you think XRP stablecoin will kill Tether? I don't think it's going to kill Tether. I think it's going to be competitive, but Tether has first mover advantage. Tether has a wider network with penetration into different markets. So I don't think that's going to happen right now. Now, if we're talking 4 to 5 years from now, possibly, it all depends, especially how the stablecoin regulations come into play is something we'll have to pay attention to. How do they is Tether going to get dinged in certain ways? But we saw Tether, they do audits now, they do quarterly attestations. They got Cantor Fitzgerald, a Wall Street firm, vouching for them. So we'll have to wait and see, guys, and how the market competes. But I'm not looking to necessarily use Ripple stablecoin. I'm an XRP holder, but I believe the stablecoin will add more value and usage to the XRP ledger, which is beneficial to the XRP token. This is the same principle that applies to other blockchains. Like ICOs and NFTs were super beneficial to Ethereum, right, guys? So this is how I look at it. Wizard says Tether will fall. Well, I mean, you don't know that. You may want that to happen, but you got to make sure you check your bias at the door. And again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying we can't make definitive statements. We're talking probabilities here. No one knows the future. Oil, Bitcoin to the moon. Why do you think Grayscale keeps dumping? Tinfoil hat on. Well, Grayscale, they got problems with Genesis, right? They are dumping because they got to all pay off a whole bunch of money, and plus their fees are ridiculous. So people are getting out of Grayscale because they have cheaper options now. They can go to BlackRock, they can go to Bitwise, and so forth. Tyron Copeland says, take those meme profits and reinvest in utility coins. Avoid spending your own monies. Yeah, you can certainly do that and cycle the capital, right? I've done that, Tyron. So like on certain coins that are very risky, or riskier than others, I'll take profits and then reinvest them into more of the coins which I know have sustainability, right? They're not overnight projects. They've been here for a while. They're getting partnerships and so forth. So like I'll cycle it back into AVAX, if I was holding a meme coin, for example. Carlos says, have you checked Tether network, Tony? It's huge. Yeah, so I know about Tether, but I can't invest in too many things, guys. I don't want to spread myself too thin, and I only have so much capital to invest. So, Crypto Navigator says, wow, Tony doing a live. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you as well. Welcome in. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the star button, the heart button, wherever you're watching or listening. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is X, of course, Twitch, kick.com, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Let's see here. Wizard says, BlackRock is backing Circle. Ripple had their stablecoin. You think Tether won't fall? We'll have to wait and see, guys. Tether is a global stablecoin. USDC is trying to be as big as them from a global standpoint. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I can't just say Tether's going to fall. Well, I don't know. Maybe, or maybe they continue to grow. Maybe they get acquired. Maybe something else happens. I don't know. You know what I mean? They're working with Cantor Fitzgerald. Once again, I can't ignore all these things. And once again, you got to make sure it's not a bias that you want to see Tether fail because you hold a competing coin or something like that. Again, it's 50-50. Maybe they fall, maybe they continue to grow. So, so here I'll show you what Cantor Fitzgerald CEO Howard Lutnick said at Davos on TV. Tether has the reserves, they have the money. I interviewed Tether's CEO a month ago, guys. So no feelings, no emotions, just facts. What is happening? So yes, BlackRock custodies USDC's stablecoin reserves, but Cantor Fitzgerald has audited Tether. So we're talking Wall Street firms here. So we'll see. Let's see here. Mr. B number 4 says, can we get an interview with the CEO of Bank Social BSL? They are built on Hedera and are working with credit unions. Sure, I'll check that out, Mr. B. Thanks for suggesting. Crypto Navigator says, what do you think about 5 trillion coming into the market cap? Will it take 6 months or a year or sooner? I'm assuming you're talking about Ripple CEO's comments, Brad Garlinghouse. I have a theory. I don't know if, it's not guaranteed, but I think the blow off top is going to happen this year because markets are front running that rate cut. Because historically, we've seen the markets correct heavily with the rate cuts. So I think it can move pretty fast as once Bitcoin halving takes place and more ETF buying is taking place. So we'll see. No guarantee. Or it plays out like previous cycles. We go into 2025. Let's see here. Moises Payred Jr. says, do you have any context with the Deaton campaign? My personal friend is a Border Patrol Union VP that will be happy to have him ride along. Moises, can you email me? The email is in the description of this video. All right, let's refresh here, see what Bitcoin's doing. Still moving. Still trying to hit 72K again. It touched 72K this morning. Let's see what the DXY is doing. Hopefully it's still breaking down here. Whoops. It gave me Bitcoin. Okay. All right. All right, guys. If you've got questions, drop them in the chat. Actually, let's look at some other altcoins. So someone brought up HBAR. So let's check out HBAR. Let's see here. So HBAR is off its bear market bottom. That's a good sign, but obviously it has not fully retraced yet to the high it set in the 2021 bull market of about 58 cents. If we see it go to the 2.618, that would put us just at about $1.50. I think that's definitely possible. It goes higher, we can be near $2 at the 3.618, but that's not guaranteed, of course. But we got ways to go. You see, many of these tokens haven't moved yet, but these meme coins have been sucking up the liquidity. So that's annoying sometimes, but I'm not hating, guys. Steve says, when will Ripple go IPO? Steve, I think once the lawsuit with the SEC is wrapped up, they will be in the clear to go do an IPO. But right now, they're not going to do anything. No one's going to, it's too risky, right? If you're still in litigation with the SEC. So maybe later this year, if the lawsuit gets wrapped up, or 2025, I think most likely 2025, because we might then be in a full bull market mode and there's more liquidity in the market. Crypto Navigator says, the Fed could be dovish on the next meeting and we could get the inflow of risk assets. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they're going to cut rates ahead of the election. I could be absolutely wrong, but it would show favorability. We know every president will try to influence the Fed to make things look good because they want to get reelected. But as stated, guys, historically, the markets have crashed when the Fed cuts rates because it's usually when something's breaking. I don't think they're going to raise rates, but they may just maintain the current levels. We'll have to see. Maybe they cut it after the election and then the markets start tanking, right, folks? So it's will history repeat or rhyme a bit here where they, if they cut rates and the markets start crashing? I think there's a high probability because it would mean something is not going well. All right, let's take a look at some other coins here. Let's see what's going on with AVAX. And if, let's see. So in the last market, it touched about $145. So it's definitely off its bear market bottom. You can see here, right? It's off its bear market bottom. It still has ways to go for a retracement. And could it see 300, 400 bucks? I think it's possible. There's a lot of building on AVAX happening. Tokenization with Citibank, JP Morgan as well. Steve says, can you post what coins you are currently holding? Yeah, you know, let me try to pull up here my you know what? I'm gonna have to pull it up another time because I'm not able to access it right now. But I'll do that next stream for sure. I'll start sharing what tokens I hold. I think channel members have access to the Google Sheets. I have a public Google Sheet where they can see that. Wizard says, what do you make of page 10 on Tether white paper? Nothing or something. Wizard, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'll have to take a look at it. But let's see here. Let's go to Tether's website. Again, Wizard, I am not saying there's not risk or, you know, potential for things happening, but I can't definitively say Tether is going to fail and this and so forth. People have been saying that for years and years and years, and Tether has improved their attestations and their audits, and Cantor Fitzgerald and all these have been highlighting their stuff, and they now have audits. So you can go on their website and view the latest information about their reports and their reserves. They also have an independent auditor report, and the latest one is from December. So they've been doing them. So you can go read that and check it out. So they've improved. I think there's a lot of people who want to see Tether fail because they think they have a narrative of it aligns with Bitcoin. So they want Bitcoin to fail, but they don't actually understand how the market works. If Bitcoin fails, this market's not going to be able to survive right now because we're so young and it's so nascent at this point that the liquidity is flowing from Bitcoin down. So it would hurt the market incredibly. Now, this is why crypto regulations are needed. We're not trying to kill anything. We're just trying to make sure everybody's doing the right thing because bad actors exist in every market. Yeah, Wizard, I get what you're saying, but you're making assumptions that Tether is doing something bad. Well, you have to show proof, right? They've been around for a long time, and like I said, you got the Cantor Fitzgerald CEO giving him an endorsement. They have audits, they have transparency reports. So, all right, guys, we're going to do 5 more minutes of this stream. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the heart button, subscribe if you haven't as yet. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, VeChain. Links in the description. Check them out, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we're waiting for Bitcoin to confirm this move. I'm going to get super bullish once it breaks that 74,000 or near 74,000 high it's set in March. And then I think we're off to the races, and Bitcoin could go between 85 to 90K. Not guaranteed, but I think there's a high probability of that happening. It would align with the Bitcoin halving. The DXY is starting to break down on the daily. So all positive signs for a rally, folks. And the ETF selling is cooling off here from Genesis and all these guys. So that's gonna help us to slingshot back up. Crypto Navigator says 4 years in the market, I have consolidated down to what I call the 4 horsemen, and I have few other Hail Marys: XDC, XRP, XLM, HBAR, Real utility coin also got Casper. Yeah, that's not a bad set of coins. Vet, Onyx, Flare. Yeah, I have many of those in my portfolio. I have VeChain in my portfolio, Flare as well. So I'm diversified. I believe in diversification because you never know what could happen, what may not run or may not do well. Let's see here. VeChain. I'm very bullish on VeChain, guys. They're actually one of our sponsors. And many of you know I've been holding VeChain for years. So this is before they became a sponsor of the podcast. So VeChain is off its bear market bottom. Its high in 2021 was near 28 cents, 29 cents. So look, it could easily double that, I think. And maybe it goes to 70 cents. That would be pretty great. I would make some nice returns with that. I would love for it to go to $1, but that's a bit of a stretch. It's up to the 3.618. But look, you never know. It depends. There's a lot of factors. There's, of course, just the general speculation, the rising tide that lifts all boats. There's tokenomics, how many tokens are released within this bull market. There is developer activity, which I often share with you guys some sentiment. And there is real world utility and adoption. Are people building? Are they getting partnerships? Now, VeChain's working with like BMW, Boston Consulting Group, and so forth. But I'm talking in general terms of what can help drive a token to new all-time highs and much more. Marvin Davis, Alan, you said Alan. Let's see. Blue Battery says, "Hey Tony, due to increased institutional adoption, growing retail participation, and technological innovation and development, do you think we will see huge profits?" Well, Blue Battery, I believe we're going to see higher prices, but are we going to see huge profits? It depends on your entry price. Did you buy the top or did you buy the bottom? I bought the bottom. I bought December 2022, January 2023. So I'm already up, but I'm looking for higher highs. So Blue Batteries, the question is, what is your entry price? That is the key. There are many people who bought the top, right? And it's going to be a while before they can start seeing returns. They may be in the red right now. I'm in the green. And I'm not saying that to boast. I'm just saying that it depends where you bought, and to help people understand, you cannot be buying pumps. You cannot buy with the herd at the top. You got to be buying the bottoms when people are fearful, when there's blood on the streets. And I hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from. Steve says, what three coins have the best upside? Steve, that's a hard question to answer, man. That's a hard question. I personally think, and once again, it depends on your entry price for these tokens, but AI coins have been ripping. Like my FET and render bags have been going crazy. Like they are up significantly. Like I have Bitcoin, it's up, obviously, because it's in new all-time highs, but render and FET, I mean, are breaking records in my portfolio. So it just depends which token and what's your entry price. That's a hard question to answer. D51884 says, why sell back into depreciating fiat and pay taxes, buy and hold? D, have you experienced bear markets? Have you seen the valuations? Have you seen what has happened in the bloody bear market? Now, don't get me wrong at all. I have long-term hold tokens like Bitcoin that I'm not selling. But have you experienced the max pain zone, man? I'm taking the cash, paying off debt. I want to pay off my mortgage. And I'm using that capital to invest in other assets like real estate and so forth. So I'm not just keeping it in the bank. So for transparency, like I said, paying off some debt, and eliminating debt gives you financial freedom. I'm going to spend some of that money, obviously, travel, buy some nice things. I'm going to reinvest it into other assets. I believe in asset diversification. I have an investment property. I want to get more real estate. I also want to invest in more into other retirement accounts. So I have a retirement account with, I'm not going to name the name, but it's a Wall Street firm. And I'm going to spread out the money that way, right? So I'm risk averse. And so I'm not just taking the fiat and keeping it in my bank account. So just understand. Let's see here. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I got an appointment, so thank you guys for joining. Hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, VeChain. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, fingers crossed, Bitcoin breaks that all-time high soon, and then it's party time, folks. I don't think it's the blow off top, but it's the next leg up, right? Go back to 2021. Just look at that chart. Move up, consolidate. Move up, consolidate. Move up, consolidate. Move up, right? It's in stages. So we still got, I think, a couple more stages, I think, of this bull market before we see a blow up top. So it will be obviously incredible for altcoins. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. And subscribe to our free email newsletter on Substack, link in the description. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, all that stuff in the description. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you all later.